Hey, Leslie. Yeah, it's Jassy's first substantial interview of any kind since he became CEO in July, and we talked for more than 30 minutes. He shared some thoughts on the debt ceiling and its impact and on the U.S. education system. Also in the pandemic and the impacts in COVID, what about bigger picture, the macroeconomic impacts? What have you seen? What have you experienced?
Well, there are a number of them. I'll just mention a couple now. I think the first thing is, in the U.S., our government has had to spend at unprecedented levels to keep our citizens safe. But I think if you look at our debt commitments and you look at where the debt ceiling is, it's a little concerning. And I think it's scary for consumer confidence and for confidence in U.S. businesses and potential credit ratings if we don't make sure that we raise that debt ceiling. I know that that's going to be debated in Washington, but I hope we take care of it sooner than later in Congress. I think also education, in modern economies today, like the U.S., it's pretty difficult to have the opportunities that are available and that are emergent if you don't have the right educational background. And there's a real division in the country. If you look at households with household income $56,000 or lower, only about 16% of those families have kids that go to college. Whereas if you look at households with over $108,000 of household income, about 82% of those families send kids to college. That's a huge divide. And so if you want to make sure that everybody in the country and really around the world have opportunities to participate in the emerging economy, we've got to make sure we have the right quality of education in all the communities in which we operate.
Some companies, some leaders have said community college should be free and standard.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be very interesting over time to see whether or not we have the same number of four-year colleges 10 years from now, because it's expensive. And I really do believe that we need to do more in this country and across the world in two-year colleges where we focus what people are learning on. You can learn trades and you can learn professions in a concentrated two-year education. And that could be a path moving forward that's really important.
And that's an investment you're continuing?
Yeah, we've been investing with two-year colleges around the country, and I expect that we'll continue to work with those community colleges.